Okay, folks, buckle up because we've got a wild one for you today. This deep dive, it's Andrew Tate
Oh, wow.
and his potential impact on UK politics. We're
Mhm.
talking former kickboxer, online personality, and now he's throwing his hat in the ring for UK Prime Minister in 2024.
Yeah, that's definitely a bold move, you could say.
It is a bold move.
Especially considering the current political scene over there.
Right.
The Labour Party is predicted to kind of sweep the next election.
A landslide, they're calling it.
Exactly, a landslide victory.
So for someone like me who doesn't follow UK politics super closely, what does that actually mean?
Well, basically, they're expected to win by a huge margin, like take control of Parliament with a ton of seats.
Gotcha.
It really points to this strong desire for change from the current Conservative government.
Interesting. Okay, so Tate's jumping into this race that's already pretty intense, but he's kind of known for stirring the pot, right?
Oh, yeah. He's definitely not afraid of controversy.
So what's the deal there? Fill us in.
Well, he's built this massive online following, especially among young men.
Right.
And it's by promoting what some people call toxic masculinity.
Okay.
This idea of like a really traditional, almost aggressive view of what it means to be a man.
So he's already a polarizing figure, for sure. But why is he suddenly interested in UK politics, of all things?
Well, the sources you sent paint a really interesting picture.
Okay.
Like there's this one image of him standing next to this graph.
Yeah.
And it seems to be critiquing the entire political system.
Right.
And they use this term inflection point,
I saw that.
suggesting that he sees himself as this like turning point, someone who can totally shake up UK politics.
It's like UK politics just got its own reality show.
Right.
But is he serious about, like, actually leading the country, or is this just another way to get attention?
That's the big question, isn't it?
Yeah.
But, some of the sources mention these polls, and they actually show a surprising amount of public interest in his candidacy.
Really?
Yeah, almost 15% of young men say they'd consider voting for him.
Huh.
So is that like genuine support for his ideas or just this fascination with the whole spectacle?
It's a good question.
That's what makes it so interesting.
I think it's probably a mix, honestly. He's really good at social media, and he knows how to tap into the frustrations that some people feel about, the establishment, the way things are.
Absolutely.
And one of the sources actually quotes him saying he wants to save Great Britain.
Wow.
That's a pretty big statement.
It is. It goes beyond just personal ambition,
Right.
He's trying to build a movement, a whole group of people who believe in his message and want the kind of change he's promising.
So it makes you wonder, why is this kind of message resonating with people right now?
That's the key question, isn't it? I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
is it a rejection of traditional politics? Are people just looking for simple answers in complicated times? Or maybe it's deeper, maybe people feel like they're not being heard by the current system.
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack there. But there's another part of this story that we can't ignore, and that's Tate's legal problems.
Oh, right. Yeah, that definitely adds another layer of complexity.
It does, because he's currently under investigation for some pretty serious allegations.
Yeah, human trafficking, tax evasion. These are really serious charges.
And if they're proven true, it could completely derail any chance he has at a political career.
For sure.
But it's almost counterintuitive, because some experts think that these legal battles might actually make him more appealing to certain groups.
Oh, absolutely.
Like the people who already see him as this outsider fighting against the system might view these investigations as proof that he's being targeted.
Right, like the system is rigged against him.
Exactly.
It just adds fuel to that whole narrative.
So for our listeners out there trying to make sense of all this, what does it all mean? What's the takeaway here?
Well, I think it means that we've got this really controversial figure, someone known for these divisive views, who's trying to really shake up UK politics.
Right.
And he's doing it by tapping into these existing frustrations that people have and by using social media really effectively and maybe even using these legal battles to his advantage to look like this anti-establishment crusader.
It's a wild story.
It is.
And it's not over yet.
Not even close. The 2024 election is still a ways off, and there's just no way to know how this is all going to play out.
So many questions.
Will Tate's momentum keep building? Will his legal troubles catch up with him? Will his message actually translate into real political influence?
It's definitely a situation to keep an eye on, for sure.
Yeah.
But I think one thing is clear: no matter what happens, Tate's entry into UK politics shows us something important.
What's that?
There's this growing sense of dissatisfaction and this desire for change among certain groups of people in the UK.
Yeah, you're right.
Whether that change will come in the form that Tate is envisioning, Well, that's a whole other question.
Exactly.
And it's a question that goes way beyond just one man's ambitions.
It really does.
It speaks to a much bigger picture. So there you have it, folks. That's our deep dive into Andrew Tate and his potential impact on UK politics. Make sure to check back in with us soon for another deep dive into the latest headlines and trending topics. Until next time, see ya.